quietly and the party roared back to life. I laughed and chuckled along with everyone else, genuinely happy the two peopled. But since then, his attitude toward me plummeted, extending equally to the disgust he held for our daughter. He never allowed her to call him daddy and strictly forbade me from ever stepping into a study. That study was permeated with the lingering presence of another woman in Mariah, his former fiancée. Years ago, years ago, she left to marry into wealth abroad, chasing freedom and affluence, leaving a wounding grace and ass heart that never healed. She remained his unforgettable white moonlight. On the evening of our 8th wedding anniversary, Sandra returned. That night, for the first time in 8 years, Grayson got completely drunk. He held our daughter, sobbing uncontrollably. My daughter looked at me, I looked at me. Confused, mommy, why is the uncle crying? I fought back tears and exclaimed softly, because the person she's been waiting for has finally returned. Then I gently said, mommy will take you away from here so we won't be in the way of uncle and the person he loves. Okay. After settling the drunken Grayson, I turned to comfort our sobbing daughter. Alicia's little face was flushed red from crying. Nestled in my arms, she pleaded, mommy, do we really have to go? Suddenly, she looked up, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Uncle was especially nice to me today. He didn't yell at me. He didn't wish me away. He even hugged me. He didn't push me away. He even hugged me. Mommy, does that mean he might like me a little? My heart wrenched violently, a sharp pain sweeping through me. On our wedding day, Grayson had stared at me with icy eyes. Marrying you with icy eyes. Marrying you is a last resort. Don't expect any affection from me. You and the child in your belly are both accidents in my life. After Alicia Elrich was born, he wouldn't even look at her properly. He locked himself in his study all day, never allowing the child to call him daddy. When our daughter was 1 and first learning to talk, a two-kidal Iron Otter was 1 and first learning to talk. She once daddled toward him with open arms, calling Dada. He shoved her onto the sofa, frowned, around to the sofa, frowned, and slammed the door on his way out. But child was so frightened she cried all night. I spent the whole night comforting her. For the next 6 months, she didn't utter a single word. When she was 5, she won first prize in a children's drawing competition with her piece My Daddy. At Grace and Ness' birthday party, she tremblingly presented the drawing in her Rofi. He glanced at the childish scrawl of the word daddy on the paper, turned away indifferently, and left her alone to face the guest whispers. Other children openly taunted her, alone to face the guest whispers. Other children openly taunted her, you don't have a daddy. This painting is fake. The trophy isn't yours either. A 5-year-old cannot withstand such her. That night, she ran a high fever and was bedridden for a full week. From then on, she learned to call him uncle. The little girl who once searched his face for a father's love had long since vanished after repeated disappointments. I held back tears, pulling her closer. Alicia, uncle is happy because the person he loves is returned. We need to be understanding and not get in their way. The smile on her face slowly faded, the starlight in her eyes dimming bit by bit. Suddenly, as if remembering something, she eagerly showed me the scarf around her neck. Look, mommy, uncle gave me a gift today. If he didn't like me, I'd gift today. Why would he give me a present? She pressed her cheek against the scarf, stroking it tenderly. It was the first gift her father had ever given her. Surely this was proof of his love. Was it? I stared at the scarf, clearly a stir freebie, and my throat tight. How could I tell her the truth? Tell her this was just a complimentary gift that came with a handbag bought for someone else. Seeing the hope in her eyes, I couldn't bear to shatter it. I could only hold her tight, quietly wiping away my own tears, forcing a smile. Isn't Alicia's favorite thing drawing? How about going to France with mommy to study art? The resources there are better than here. Her small face was full of struggle. She muttered quietly, but Italy is the best place for art. I don't want to go to France. A tearing pain shot through my chest. I bit my lip, suppressing a zombie. Alicia, uncle doesn't want us to stay here anymore. Let's leave, okay? She suddenly broke free from my embrace.